Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co-host Sebastian Pluvio. We are still talking NBA Finals. We all seen what happened in Game 1. Big shot once again by Tyrese Halliburton. Um, does this not kind of remind you of that Dirk Nowitzki run? When it felt like they were supposed to lose every single series, and they just found a way to win literally every single series, and it's up game 1 of this NBA Finals. Did Dallas go up 1-0 against the Heat?
Nah, I believe they went up.
They won either game 1 or game 2. Because remember,
I
Dirk
believe
made
game
that
two.
shot.
Yeah,
And
they went in
that
game two because
okay.
Miami was up 2-1, and then whatchamacallit, and then Dirk Nowitzki came through like a motherfucker. But yeah, in similarities, it is, especially this being a Rick Carlisle type of team, to where you also see how this team has fight and this team has grit. And I've been saying this for a while, and I was on record saying this the other day when I was recording. I said this team could really push a 6 game to 7 game series off the strength of how well they play under the pressure of just closing minutes, how well of an offense that they have, and it wasn't even just Tyrese Halliburton that I'm looking at it as. Big shout outs to Nimhart for leading that run too, and everybody else just following along. This team does not have no quit in it. No matter if they're down by like 12 in the fourth quarter, they just find a way to make a push offensively. And that's one thing I noticed with this Indiana team. We talk about all the time is they're just gonna keep coming at you offensively to where now they're gonna keep putting pressure. It's like regardless if shots are hitting or missing, they're comfortable enough in their skin to know that all right, this three won't go down. We'll knock down the next one. Like they're gonna keep coming at you offensively all night, and then eventually their defense gonna tag along to where if you're not keeping up with them offensively, if you're not scoring on that end, then you got to worry about it. Because now look at this. For damn near the most part, the Oklahoma City Thunder led the whole game. Everybody was talking about this was in the back. When I was watching ESPN, Scott Van Pelt, he was interviewing Tyrese Halliburton. He said, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't even have no real questions for you. All the cue cards I had here was for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But my
Right.
fault for counting you out. Like, feel me? That's like shout out to Scott Van Pelt for that too.
Shout out to
That's some real
Scott
account.
Van Pelt.
Yeah, he was just like, yo, like I'm a believer. But like, if you asked me like earlier on when y'all was struggling like midway through the season, I counted y'all out, and for reasons so. And then Tyrese Halliburton followed up. He said, "I ain't gonna lie, we was late to the party, but like we're here now, and like it's not a coincidence that what we do and how we win these games. Why would it stop now just because we're in the finals?" So yeah, mad respect to the Indiana Pacers for just pulling off that game 1 stunt. A lot of people just had them writing off as a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, but now we got a series. I think it's definitely made interesting because I do think that Indiana could go back home and make some noise. So we have a series now.
Nah, yeah. In terms of the Oklahoma City Thunder, though, in that game 1, played good basketball, and then down the clutch time, right? Like we just said, Tyrese Halliburton definitely stepped up, and just made that huge shot. You hit it right on the head. This team also reminds me of, right, like the New York Knicks team, to where they're just resilient. And they're just never gonna give up. They're always gonna have that fight, and their offense ain't gonna change. Tyrese Halliburton's gonna play the same whether he's struggling or not. Pascal Siakam's gonna play the same. Miles Turner's gonna is going to stay the same. Even Andrew Nemhard, right? He was struggling towards the end of that New York Knicks series and wasn't really able to put up any big numbers. But now, when it mattered most in the finals, everyone talks about that huge shot he made against Shea Gilgeous Alexander that I see throughout my feed all damn day. It was a great shot, and big time players make big time plays, man. Shout out to Mark Jackson back in the day, Mama. There goes that man, man down. You feel me? That's what's going through my head when he hit that shot, right?
Did
So,
you think it was a bang worthy shot?
from Andrew Nemhard.
No, no, not from Andrew Nichols. That's a bang, but Tyrese
From
Halliburton
from
game
from
win.
from, from Tyra, do I think it was worth? That's not up to me to determine that. That's up
Nah,
to the
because there was a
person
lot
who
of
says
fans
the
on Twitter
bang.
that was talking about how you not give that a bang. But Mike Breen said,
Nah,
"Yo, I
I
only give
know,
a
but
bang
I
for three."
don't. I don't agree with that being a thing. Like, I just feel like it kind of annoys me. We just complain about everything.
Nah, they complain about everything. They talk about,
Like I just,
oh, we want the,
you
oh,
know.
this is the oralist finals. Yo, I hate
But no,
you.
no. But I was saying, why are you telling another man what to say? That's his thing that he started. He'll say it when he wants to say it. The only other time he literally said he did that for a 2 pointer was Kobe Bryant against the Phoenix Suns. That was like over a decade ago, bro. So
But
now what he's just supposed to do for this shot? I don't like. That's up to him to decide what is worthy of a bang, not the common fan, bro.
but there's one funny shit I seen on Twitter too, bro. And this might be some real shit. The Halliburton,
The
Tyrese,
Halliburton.
the Halliburton, bro. Their threat to the NBA, their threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder winning a championship, their threat to everyone
Nigga,
right
fuck the
now.
Oklahoma City Thunder. I already told you the
The
Pacers will win the
Halliburtons,
NBA championship, man.
oh
And you know,
man, their threat.
shout out to archives and looked in the files and seen what I said about the Indiana Pacers back when they were struggling. Um, to quote Stephen A. Smith, you're not gonna say someone's playing like garbage if they playing like garbage. But I don't know what else to say
They wasn't
about
even playing
that.
like garbage at the time,
Nigga, them niggas weren't good, bro.
bro.
We
They
wasn't
would.
talking about them. We talking about Boston. We was talking about Cleveland. And we was talking about who else, bro? Probably the Knicks, bro.
Milwaukee.
Indiana.
Nah, we know we
And
was talking
Milwaukee,
about.
Indiana was a 500 team at that point, bro. So why would anyone have had just had them going to the NBA final?
But
Other
nobody
than me.
said the finals though. That's what I was saying. I was saying how nobody said the finals, but I'm saying like just like you could look out. There's teams where we say you could
Back, but
look
you
out.
gotta get it done though, bro. I'm about, I've been on the same thing. You have to get it done. I don't do all this because you're just playing good. I need to see results. So now that he's doing results, have I not been saying everything? He's
I'm
getting
just
it
saying,
done
bro.
now. So what do
But
you want me to do? I'm supposed to just be like, oh yeah, they're a 500 team. They might
I
go to the
think yeah, but
finals.
I think
Like,
at times it's like we want success for all these players, but you gotta remember like that shit takes time. I'm looking at it like that shit that ass takes time. Because if you was to
what
tell
do
us,
you
like, if
expect?
2 years ago we was even doing starting this show, and you just say, "Yo, the Indiana Pacers gonna make it to the finals one of the years," you would have probably slapped the shit out of me. You was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck off the show." Like, if you was to
No
tell me
facts,
that,
but all I'm saying is that, right? Before LeBron won a championship, right? Everyone was still saying he was a good player, but what was the stigma? He has to get it done, correct?
yeah, 100%.
So until you got it done, then you're going to get that recognition. When he finally got that monkey off his back in 2012 and defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder, what did LeBron even say himself? You know the quote. Go ahead, son. What he say?
I don't know why the man always puts the toughest road ahead of me, but it's
No,
about
that
damn
wait, wasn't
time.
that 2016?
Wait, which one is it?
I'm talking about
It's
2012.
about damn
And he,
time.
yeah, 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 there you go, there you
It-
go, there you go.
it's about damn, bro. He always got some speech. Wait, the first one was the first one is it's about damn time. The second one was I ain't worried about nothing.
Well, that was the
He said I ain't worried about nothing. The third one, I don't know why the man busted. But Cleveland, this for you.
no, that one was the most emo. No, that took. But
Yo,
once again, this is just a side story. Coming back from three, no one's literally done it. So you know how much that probably took on niggas' bodies, bro. Like, come on, gang. Like, that, I don't know. LeBron was doing a lot. I think that still gets so under recognized. Them really coming back from 3-1 and what that takes from each individual player, especially the top players and the whole team, bro. Like, I don't think that gets talked about enough, really.
yeah, best finals we had in damn near forever. If I look at it, I haven't had no finals that like it's like, oh shit, this shit about to go down to the wire. Majority of the finals that we see now, it's like 6 or 7. It's not like a back and forth thing. But game, yeah, that series coming back from 3-1 was probably the best finals I've seen in quite some time. Besides the Miami and San Antonio, the first one where
Yeah.
that shit went to 7-2.
So
I feel like
why do you think? And we're getting a little off topic, but we got time right now. So why do you think? I seen a post, right? I think I sent it in the chat. It was like the aura's not the same when it comes to like the finals, right? I think the clip was like back when the Heat was in the finals, and when you're watching, it's just a pregame, right? But you feel that energy. You feel like this means something. What has changed from back then in 2012, 2013 to you think now?
A bunch of stuff. I think well for us, it's more so nostalgia. Growing up, and then you just saw everybody talking about it with their friends, just like, yo, the finals is on tonight. Who y'all got? Who y'all got? Remember, all of us used to be in the Xbox party, and everybody used to just have on the finals. We're not even playing 2K. We're just in the Xbox party
Facts,
talking about that shit, just watching
facts,
the finals and shit. Everybody talking about the Ray Allen shot, shit like that. It's just like that's
facts. Hold on,
nostalgia.
I don't mean to cut you off. Shout out to Messiah. Me and Messiah was on the Xbox chat when Ray Allen hit that big time three, bro, and we was going crazy, bro. Oh my, like that's a
Shout out my
memory.
boy Saya, man.
Saya. I already seen you was blowing the bag last night, but if you remember that moment, bro, definitely comment, bro. Clip this.
Yo,
AI,
clip
clip
this,
this,
yo.
bitch. And
Yo,
Messiah,
clip this
repost
shit,
this,
yo.
nigga.
Shout out Saya, man. W Sai is in the chat, bro. But
Yeah, shout
yeah,
out Saya, bro.
that's one thing. Another thing is, I think we don't get the same hype because when we're watching these ESPN games, they don't have the intro. They don't have this. They don't have like the Pledge of Allegiance or the stars. Like, feel me? You just see them jump right into the game. Like, I'm watching the Stanley Cup Finals last night, bro. The crowd is rocking. Like, the crowd is rocking. They're singing like the national anthem. Everybody stand up. They're introducing the players. Like, they introduce the players before the show starts. And then next thing you know, we're not getting like the commentary. Like I'm not feeling the commentary anymore. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I don't want Doris Burke. Like, feel me?
Yeah,
Like, no
start
respect
saying
to
names, bro. Don't tuck your tail.
who
Start
else?
saying names.
Who else? Richard
Doris Burke.
Jefferson was Richard Jefferson? Yeah, I can't have that in my finals, bro. That's no disrespect to them, but feel me, I grew up on the OGs: Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen, Mark Jackson. Feel me? That's why I need even QB Brown, the old head
Yep.
dude that was commenting. When I heard from certain people when they spoke basketball, it's just like I'm locked in. It's just a lot of times I'm just disengaged with the commentary. I'd rather just listen to it off. Um, Mike Breen, solid. Whatever Mike Breen can stay, he's a vet regardless. But just everybody else, I don't know, man.
Shout
Even
out
when like
to Mark Jackson for one of the most iconic quotes when he was talking about
I know what you're gonna
LeBron,
say. I know what you.
LeBron's
I knew you
wife.
was gonna say that.
No, my boy
I
said
knew this.
no disrespect, but Savannah, I hit her out the park. She's all world. Like that was one of the best filming calls of all time. She
And
definitely
even the
was.
last one that I'll say, and then I'll just the finals jersey. You know when you had the finals patch onto you. You know when teams was in the finals, they had the patch on their jersey that let you know you in the finals for real. Now we got all these fucking league sponsors and shit like that. It's sorry,
Good,
it's a
bro.
distasteful thing in my
Even the
opinion.
championship on the floor,
Yeah, and I'm reading
right? The
reports that they said
championship logo in
it called
between.
yeah. Yeah, they said, oh, it caused like a distraction or something. Bro, you got to make people feel like it's the finals. Like, you do all this
Wait,
thing for the.
distraction or what?
I have no idea. I just literally before we started the episode, I'm just saying it's like a distraction on the court to some bullshit or whatnot. Bro, we're losing recipes. Like, the league is losing recipes. I hope when it
It's
goes
a
to
recipe.
NBC, I hope when this shit goes to NBC and feel me, like they gotta upgrade whatever they got going on, man, because the NBA finals has to have
Mm,
some type of significance to it to where people
you
want to
don't smell
watch.
that? It
What
smell
you
like
smell, man?
it smell like a TKO experiment. Shout out to the WWE. All these new
Mm,
media rights. This smells like TKO and a bunch of Arabs and Indians up top. Yeah, I'm talking about shit.
mm,
Yeah, Tony Khan. I'm talking to you. Go ahead.
yeah, but I just think that if you could do that for the NBA Cup, you definitely could do that for the NBA Finals, man. Because why you don't get no new courts? Why we don't know that the championship is the championship? Why when I tune in, people are asking me, yo, what game is this? Oh, basketball still going on? It's the fucking NBA Finals. We're the championship logo in the middle of the logo, man. Like, have some presence, man. Make it feel like this shit is like when I'm watching the game, I know because I watch basketball personally. That is the NBA Finals. I know it's the NBA Finals because if you're a basketball fan or even just have some type of common sense, you know it's the NBA Finals. But when people are watching this shit, like people that don't know what basketball is for real, they'll be like, "Oh, who's playing? Or what's going on right now?" Because they don't know because it's that ass Orlis. But as a basketball fan, you're gonna watch it because you fuck with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You fuck with watching Tyrese Halliburton. Like you fuck with basketball in general. You've seen that this is the MVP of the league. You want to see what he's about. But other than that, though, yeah, there's so many reasons why this like the NBA Finals just has like no type of aura whatsoever to it, man.
Hold on,
It's
hold
just
on, hold
like
on. This shit is tweaking. This keep dropping me. Like, what the fuck, bro?
they got cut from the label.
Bro, this keeps dropping me. It's not even the connection. You could hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Nah, this shit is. I mean, keep going. I guess I don't know what's going on.
Nah, I mean, I was just talking about just what makes it like feel like like the NBA Finals don't hit the same. Because I was just talking about it. It's just like if we're gonna do that, and this is the thing, people say, "Oh, two small market teams. Oh, it's not good for the league. We should be seeing stars plays." The stars didn't make it. They didn't make it. These players made it. They the one that went through the first round, second round, third round, man,
Are
and
we
that has
just
to.
still? I don't mean to cut you off. Are we still just in the mindset of these? You feel me? I feel like
Oh,
we went through that
you should
era to
lagging, you should
where
lagging.
everyone just. All right, hold
Give
on.
it
Let
a
me see.
second.
It's good now.
Yeah, you good.
All right, yeah. So I was saying, are we just still? Well, we're not in that really era anymore. I feel we're doing like a transition out of it, right? But was we just spoiled by all these big threes and all these super teams forming up? And I think maybe are we expecting those type of teams in the finals? Except, well, on the contrary to these teams we see now that are homegrown, built through the draft, and things like that.
Um, even if the when we was in the big three era, there wasn't real no significance rather than maybe just the Miami's big three going to game 7 against the San Antonio Spurs. When we look at the big three era,
Cleveland, Golden State.
yeah, that big three, that game 7 as well. Other than that, we only got two good matchups out of a big three era. You know what I'm saying? Like the rest was just like a sweep. One year that the K Love and Kyrie got hurt. What else? The other one was a gentleman's sweep. The other one was a 4-1 by the San Antonio Spurs the following year. Like the big three era, I feel like has not given us like no real significant matchups to where it's like my best three versus your best three. Like we only had like I say yeah, two or three good ones. Well, two in my opinion. Yeah, two in my opinion. But overall, I just feel like people are just used to like homegrown stars like the LeBron James of the world's Kawhi Leonard's like household basketball names to people. Like other than that, like even like the Boston Celtics, like historic franchises that they want to see. They want to see teams like the Boston Celtics going up in the NBA Finals, the Los Angeles Lakers. Like that's when people start making it about, oh, this is one of the best, and this is gonna be one of the best NBA Finals. But if you see two teams, they're gonna swipe the shit under the rug. They're gonna treat it like it was the fucking like it's the Detroit Pistons and who knows, or the New Jersey Nets in the finals, man. Meanwhile, these teams, if you actually watch, and this is not a knock on these people. I just feel like the NBA just does a bad job of just promoting like lower market teams because the same type of hype that you could give to all these players like the Minnesota Timberwolves with the Anthony Edwards and stuff like that. Shea Gilgeous and Oklahoma City Thunder is one of the best teams in the NBA, the best team in the NBA by far. Why I feel like they haven't gotten the same media coverage. Like when people talk about face of the league, everybody want to talk about like Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards. Why Shea Gildas is not up there? Why when we talk about a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, why are we not talking about him as one of the like damn near soon to be one of the most accomplished point guards thus far in this age group in this draft class? People have no problem talking about LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards. Fucking Tyrese Halliburton was in that draft class. Am I bugging? Was he not in that draft class?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that draft class. Yeah, he doesn't get the same type of media coverage, same type of hype. But let him go to LA, let him go to one of these high markets team. They're gonna be talking about, oh, this the next Jason Kidd, the next Steve Nash. Like they like he probably would like got looked at as like, yo, this kid is gonna be serious. A lot of people have been talking down on him too. And this is for Stephen A. Smith too. I don't get this notion of when Stephen A. talks about a player, I feel like they just play better. Stephen A. Smith, before going to the New York Knicks series, said he's not a superstar. Game one, he drops damn near 30 points and sends the game into overtime. So what is it? Then he said, what did he say? He said some other shit. He said some other shit. And I just feel like every time Stephen A talks about Tyrese Halliburton, he takes note of that and he plays better. In that first half against in the finals, I'm watching the halftime break show. And then Stephen A saying, yo, Tyrese Halliburton, you got to show up. Like, I don't get how this is a superstar versus superstar matchup and you're not here for it. Second half, Tyrese Halliburton, even though it was 14 points, put the nail in the coffin for game one, seal the deal, bro. So a lot of players like to talk down on this, but we should be gassing this shit up. Gassing up is guard versus guard is one of the best offensive guards right now. And Shea Gilgeous, the league MVP, versus one of the best like passing guards right now. And Tyrese Halliburton. This is gonna be a good finals, bro. But I feel like we
Well, let me
digress off.
say,
My fault. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, bro. Finish.
Nah, no, because you finished. Because I wanted to talk about. We haven't talked about the Oklahoma City Thunder and just where they went
No,
wrong yet.
so just for Indiana, like I said, overall they played a great. Well, I don't want to say they played a great one. Really, just breaking down the game, they had a whole bunch of turnovers. Really throughout the whole game. I think in the fourth quarter they had about 9 turnovers. That was like the most they had damn near all season. Definitely throughout the whole playoffs. 10 turnovers in the second quarter, and somehow they just kept staying in the game. It was because I believe, now always fact check me out if I'm wrong, but I believe it was off those turnovers that the Oklahoma City created, they only got 11 points off that. And that's not really going to help too much. You need to, benefit and produce a lot more off those turnovers. um Chet Holmgren just didn't play well. 6 points ain't going to get it done, buddy. All right, so you're 7 foot, and that be annoying me because just us gamblers is like, nigga, you had six for mad long, bro. Like you 7 foot, gang. Like you can go down low and get some easy baskets. Here's my thing: when do we see Shea set up Chet for easy baskets, bro?
We
Like,
don't.
I just don't know. Like Shay's a great scorer, and here's the difference between Shay and Tyrese. And to me, this is why Tyrese Halliburton is better than Shea Gilgeous Alexander, bro. Tyrese Halliburton is gonna. You can make that face. These is
Hey,
facts.
hold
I'm talking
on,
facts.
hold on, hold
It's my
on.
turn. You said it was my turn.
Go ahead. Oh
Come on, man. Shout
shit.
out Skip Bayless. But yes,
Oh
Tyrese Halliburton
shit.
is better than Shea Gilgeous. Clip this, yo. How you make the AI clip this? Tyrese Halliburton is better than Shea Gilgeous Alexander,
Yo,
bro.
oh
Shea
shit, yo,
Gilgeous
clip the fuck out
Alexander
of this.
is only better at pure. I'm gonna say better at pure scoring and foul baiting, bro. Not saying foul baiting is a bad thing, but getting to the line. I'm just going to foul baiting. Besides that, what, bro? What? Tyrese Halliburton is making his team better, and that's why they are here, bro. This is what a point guard really is, bro. Shake's really a two guard. If you really want to talk about it, he's not even a one. Come on, man. Like we got these big guards that like to score. He's not better than Tyrese Halliburton. He don't got the same IQ. He don't got the same resilience. He don't got the same clutch gene. Come on, bro.
You telling me
And and then he don't
our
got enough snow
MVP
bunnies
of
like
the
Tyrese
league?
Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton is the king of the snow bunnies, bro. What a
You
shame.
telling me? You telling me our MVP of this year, the
I don't give a fuck about that
2024-2025
award. There's no
season?
criteria for that award, so I don't hear about the next.
When
I don't
was
hear
the
about the awards.
last
No
time
criteria.
an MVP made it to the finals, man?
What does that mean?
You telling me the MVP that averages 30 and Tyrese Halliburton? Nah, they're in two different stratospheres, bro. They're in two different stratospheres. Because if Tyrese was just as good as you said he was, he would have guarded
Oh,
that man. He
Shea
wouldn't send him
Gilgis
hard. He wouldn't
Alexander
send
is
him
better
hard. He wouldn't
scorer,
send
bro.
Neesmith. He would have
Get out
guarded
of
that
here. All
man.
right,
If
bro.
he's that good, he would have
What did
guarded that
Charles
man.
Barkley say? Them idiots. Y'all idiots, bro. Come on, bro. I'm not discussing with you, bro. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
you're
the
lagging.
game
You're
basketball.
lagging. You know why you
Tyler
lagging? Because
Halliburton,
you
a
saying crazy shit right
player
now.
that
That's why
has.
you lagging. You saying crazy shit.
That's saying
That's why
crazy
you
shit,
lagging,
bro.
bro. You
Who's up
saying
1-0
crazy
right
shit.
now? Who who's up 1-0?
You saying crazy shit. That's why you're lagging, bro. I can't hear you correctly, bro. You see, you just fucked up the episode when you start saying shit like that, bro. You fucked up the episode when you start saying shit like that. Cause why? Cause why you say crazy shit like that, bro? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The best
Can you
player
hear
in the
me now?
NBA. Yeah, but your screen is a little whack. All right, there we go.
You're good.
Yeah, but the best player
All
in the
right.
NBA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, bro.
No, he's not.
Let's.
Why? Why?
He's still here.
Tell us why.
He's our MVP.
Oh
He's our
my
MVP.
fucking god! All
He
right, bro. All
averages
right, so let's
30.
move on.
He
Let's move
averages
on, bro. You're
30.
not giving me
Yeah,
no facts, bro. You're just saying he's the MVP, bro.
nigga, that is a fact. What the fuck? He just got the
There's
MVP.
no criteria for the
He
MVP
was the
award.
best
Anybody could
player.
have been
He
MVP,
would no,
bro.
he would no. It's between him
Nikola
and
Jokic could have been MVP.
no,
Giannis could have been MVP. What are we
no,
talking about right now?
no.
There's
They
no
wasn't the best team in the
criteria
NBA. They
for the
wasn't the best
award,
team in the
bro.
NBA. They wasn't the best team in the fucking NBA. They was not the best
Man,
team in
what
the
the
NBA.
hell?
That team is 67 and 14. They were the best team in the NBA, led by the best player in the NBA, Shea
Listen,
Gilgeous
bro.
motherfucking
Did they
Alexander,
play
man.
the
3
Lakers?
points per game.
Did they play the Lakers?
What the fuck? Who the fuck are the Lakers? Them
All right,
niggas
so
been
then,
out since the.
all right, so then their run is not solidified. Then it's not
What do you
solidified.
mean it's not
You didn't,
solidified?
you
Oh,
didn't, you didn't, you didn't
They
play
would have beat.
purple and
Oh my
gold, bro.
god. Oh my god.
You
Yeah,
didn't play
y'all didn't want
LeBron. You didn't play Bron or Luca.
playing LeBron does not mean nothing.
You
I
did
just
not play
you
LeBron
lost to
or Luca
Julius
on
Randle.
your
You
way
lost
to
to
the NBA
Julius
Finals.
Randle.
You
You
played
lost to
Anthony
Julius.
Edwards, Julius Randle, and yeah, I'm about to say it again. Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I'm
And
back to
them
saying
niggas
it, bro.
lost
I
to
don't give a
us, and
fuck.
they
I
no,
don't give a fuck.
they
I don't
lost
give
to
a
the
fuck,
Thunder in
bro.
5.
They did
So what do you
not
think they was gonna
play
do?
the Los Angeles Lakers on
The
their
Lakers would have
playoff
got
run.
swept.
The Indiana Pacers played the Bucks, led by Giannis. They played Cleveland, who was the best team in the East, got them out of here, and then played your New York Knicks that were fucking garbage and got them niggas the
Doesn't
fuck
mean
out of
that
here,
you
bro.
see,
The
but
most
that's
clutch
the
player in
luxury.
the NBA
That's the
got that nigga
that's
out of
the
here.
luxury
Now
of
the
being the
finals is
first
here.
seed.
Now
That's
the
the luxury of
finals
being
is
the
here,
first seed.
and
Hello.
everybody and their mama thought the Oklahoma City Thunder was gonna win. And what happened? The Pacers won. We're up 1-0. Tyrese Halliburton made the game-winning shot. I don't want to hear shit, bro. He's the best point guard in the NBA. Don't make me say the best player, because I'm about to almost say that too.
Yeah, bro. Listen, everybody's entitled to their own opinion once again, though. But there's a thin line
Who's up
between
1-0
facts and
though?
the.
Shea
Oh my
hasn't gotten
god.
a win yet.
Oh my god. And one
Oh my
zero.
god. Oh my
1-0.
god.
1-0. You know how
Man,
many teams been up 1-0?
all right, bro. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about right now. Who's up 1-0?
Oh my god. 1-0.
I know, yo,
Yeah,
you see,
no.
Steph can't just say, that's what's up at. Like, why you want to argue it? They're up 1-0,
I'm not
nigga.
arguing about the fact
All
of it. I'm
right,
just
he's up
saying.
1-0. Win the next game, nigga.
I ain't never listen, man. I
Like, you
seen
the
people been hype
MVP.
1-0.
You the MVP. Win the game, nigga. What happened? You collapsed. You choked again, right? Like, what,
He
what
didn't choke the
happened?
team. Nigga, the man had 35. What the fuck?
No, he's the
How did he choke?
MVP.
How did
No,
he
he's the
choke?
MVP. He's the
Nigga, how did
MVP.
he choke? How did he choke?
Did he
How did
miss
he
that
choke?
shot? Did
How
he
did he
miss
choke?
the shot before Tyrese made his? Yes or no?
Listen, he can't make
I'm
everything.
no, 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 no. I'm
35.
asking you a
He
question.
had
I'm
35.
asking
The
you
man
a
had
question.
35.
Did
The
Shea
man had
make his
35.
last
I
shot?
don't know. I don't know.
Did Shea make his last
I
shot?
don't know. You tell me since you got all the fucking
So,
answers.
so you didn't watch the game.
No, I watched the game, but you tell me
So
since you have
then,
all the
so
fucking
then, did
answers.
Shea make
No,
his last
you tell
shot?
me since you have all the fucking answers.
Well, everyone who watched it, we're all here. I guess you didn't watch the game. Yeah, Shea missed his last shot. Pacers got the rebound. Tyrese Halliburton came down the court and said, "This is how you do it, you dumb bitch." And he made the fucking shot. Like, what are you talking about right now?
Congratulations to finish off with
Yeah,
14
that's why we're
points.
up 1-0. Thank you for the question. We're up 1-0, dude. What else? Isn't that the point of the game, to win the game?
You don't play the game, you play.
You trying to find any little thing to say,
Listen,
yeah,
listen, bro. It's a long series, bro. Congratulations. Game 1. No discredit, but we're not gonna get ahead of ourselves and say somebody's a better player because in that first half, that man was shaky. He got it together.
that don't
He
matter.
got
It's
it
not how you
together.
start, it's how you finish. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, and
I don't want to
that's
hear
why I
that.
just said
I
he
don't want
got
to
it
hear that.
together.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, he got it together, bro.
I
But trust
don't.
me, He
Shea,
get listen,
the nigga Shea had 35, but when we needed the most important shot, the hands got real sweaty,
listen,
brother.
listen.
The
There's all.
braids was getting tight. My
That's why
boy
there's a
wasn't
game two
there.
tonight.
Come
That's why there's
on,
a
brother.
game two tonight. That's
Game
why
two is
it's not.
tomorrow, you stupid bitch. It's
Listen, this is
tomorrow.
why.
You
This
don't
is
know
why it
shit
is not.
going on right now.
This
You
is
don't
why
know the
it's not March
schedule.
Madness.
You don't know nothing, do you?
This is why. This is why it's not March Madness, man. This is why it's a 7-game series, man. You gotta love a 7-game series, man.
My
This
fault,
this is
y'all. I'm just drinking a lot of sugar right now, so I got my energy right now. My fault. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
He's crashing out. He's crashing out over the Indiana Pacers, man. You love and then you kind of hate to see it at the same
My
time.
jersey, my jersey already coming in the mail. I'm going to the parade. I told Seb this a long time ago.
That
So
is
is that
disgusting. How you know you're going to that parade?
what are you? Don't you understand that Tyrese Halliburton is the best point guard in the NBA
All right, bro.
and the best
Okay.
player left in this fucking series?
So he's better than your boy Luca.
Ooh, now here's the problem with that, right?
No, no,
Eddie
no, no.
definitely.
Yes or no? No, no,
Can
no.
I talk?
Ooh,
I'm
no.
trying to go. I'm
Ooh,
trying to go.
ooh. Now it's
Let me know when I can
a
talk. Let me know when I can talk.
ooh. Okay, let me hear this, bro.
Okay, so I'm
Because
about to say funny.
I might just fall out my seat laughing. Oh.
Funny question because Eddie definitely DM'd me, and was definitely trying to get some answers. On I'm gonna say this, bro. When I say Tyrese Halliburton is the best point guard in the NBA, I'm excluding all Lakers players on this podcast. If I'm talking about other players and giving them credit, it has nothing to do with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers will be your 2026 NBA champions. Remember, I said this right now. I'm not talking about Luca and Tyrese Halliburton. They're on two different worlds right now.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about these.
no, no,
I'm
no.
talking about these NBA finals, and that's it.
So next year is Tyrese Halliburton going to be the best point guard in the NBA?
I'm gonna give my thoughts when we go into next season though.
I need those soundboards. I need that DJ Khaled soundboard.
But
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I didn't play myself. The Thunder played themselves, and that's why they lost game one. But like I said, all jokes aside, they're gonna need more from Chet. I think that was just a glaring problem for me.
Skinny ass
Um,
nigga, get your weight up.
Six, bro, just six ain't gonna get done in the finals, and you a top three option, bro. Six.
J Dub.
That means that you were struggling to score 2 points a quarter. Come on, bro. I'm just like this is. I'm amazed. I don't understand how you have six, bro.
Yeah,
Probably you have 10. You might win that fucking game. Like I don't get it. Like
you let Lou Dort go crazy. Yeah, them niggas left Shea behind. J Dub, how much you had? 19? No, 17, I believe. That's not
that's
gonna
more
cut
than
it.
six.
But that's not gonna
Like
cut
that
it though.
shit.
You did as the second option. That's I don't think 17 cuts it, man. You need
Yeah.
at least 20. Chet, you need at least like 17 points to at least impact the game to where now it's easier. That's one thing I was saying about this Oklahoma City team. I said once it's just a Shea, once you're just relying on Shea, it doesn't work out that well. It works out when everybody's eating. And there was times during the game where I seen Lou Dort had his moments. Who else had their moments? Uh who else had their moments? Fucking Case and Wallace at a point in the game, and that's somebody I've been talking about for at least the whole year, bro. Just a defensive to offense type of person, and it shows time and time again. But when I see Chet Holmgren just looks disengaged in the game, to where you're not even impacting your will, like I'm like nigga ball, like feel me, like. You need that. Like, you need at least one thing to let me see the rock. Let me get a touch going, bro. It's just
That's
like,
why I seen Kendrick Perkins call him the baby Kevin Garnett. No, bro. Because Kevin Garnett would have been calling for the ball every fucking play, bro. If his offense wasn't going, he would have gave somebody a fucking elbow there, nigga. Shit,
yeah, I told
bro, you gotta muck up the game. If you see your offense ain't going, go crazy defensively. You should have had like 10 blocks then. What do we do? You just out there running around.
yeah, and bro, I think at a point they started Harnstein over Chet Holmgren. Was it the beginning of the second half? I'm not too sure.
I'm
I don't
not
want to say
surprised because Hardenstein plays with no pun intended, more heart. Like what the fuck? He's gonna be aggressive down there, bro. He don't care to use those six fouls. He don't care to
I
crash the
I
boards.
don't
He
care. He
don't
had
care to,
like how much he had 12?
bro. If you can't If you worried about your tooth getting knocked out, bro, you're not supposed to be a big man in the NBA, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. You gotta
come
you
on,
gotta you gotta put your body on the line. Pause.
bro. Like, you gotta do
It's
something,
the
bro.
finals, bro. You gotta die for. You gotta. I don't care.
That's
You
what
gotta
I'm
go for
saying,
three. You gotta draw fouls or something.
and
There's
that's
no
what
way
I'm
you finish
saying,
with
right?
6 points. Chet, I'm fucking disappointing you. 6 points is not gonna fucking get it done,
But
man. You
look,
better wake the
bro,
fuck.
Shea is not getting his team involved, right? So now when it comes down to the fourth quarter, who has it going but Shea? Now that's all it comes down to. You look on the Pacers side, they're getting each other involved the whole game. So now you can see Nemhard hit a big shot with a minute left. You can see Siakam still comfortable getting to his spot. You see Tyrese Halliburton still willing to take that last second shot. You could still see a Miles Turner still being able to knock down 3 point because everyone's involved the whole game. So now in the fourth quarter come, we don't have to rely on one dude, bro. Shea is a good player. Do not get me wrong. He deserved the MVP. But what I'm saying, why I think Tyrese is better, this is why like me comparing right LeBron to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's a better scorer if you want to say that. That's all fine. But LeBron is going to make his team better, bro. Period.
I think it's just more about because when I look at it, this team, it's not just. I don't think that's their identity for Shea to set up people. Like I know he can do it, and
But
I've
that's
seen
going
points in
to the
times where
next level. That's going to the next level for me, bro. At the point guard position, sometimes you gotta let the others go off, bro.
but when I'm looking at it, it's not like they run a pick and roll. They not that's not in they set. That's not in their identity. I've never seen a 1-2 punch between Shea and Chet. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's just the way their offense is designed. Because I'm not a coach myself, but when I'm watching it, it's more so of three players that can really get their own. Maybe a dump off pass here and there, but it's just like their big three has been built on just getting their own to where it's kind of relevant to what we've seen in the big three in the past. They just play way more defense. They play way more defense and they're younger too, so they have no problem getting up and down the court. But I think at points in time too, can't just be Shea. I mean, Shea does have to be better too, just getting others involved. But it does have to be a form of aggression from Chet to at least demand the ball. J Dub has to demand some touches too, to where he has to get more in a rhythm too. I know a lot of times when I said it, I said a lot of times they'll look and they'll let Shea. In that first half, Shea shot maybe like 18 shots. He got his shots up, and which I'm a fan of too. I feel like if you're the best player, you need your shot ups too. But don't ice out your other players. Like a lot of times, I felt like the easiest option rather than looking to get Chet involved was to pass it to Lou Dort, who would hit a timely three. Casey Wallace, who would just get his own when Shea was out the game too. I think that's a lot of things that they have to work on too, especially when Shea's out the game. I think somebody has to really step up and be that. I would let as be a 1A type of player if Shea wasn't here, and that has to be Chet.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times too, we look at it as we know what you're capable of doing. So when you don't, that's why we criticize it. So when you're finishing with 6 points, it's like nigga, I just seen you go for like 21 and like 6 blocks. Like get your head in the game, bro. I don't think Miles Turner could really hold. This is no discredit to Miles Turner because for me, he's definitely been the heart and soul of this team. Been there the longest, I feel like. But when you have Miles Turner on you, like you got to treat him like, feel me. You can't hold him. You got to get to that basket or something. Like show off the full arsenal of skills that you have. But
Yeah, bro.
and there's one person, I'm sorry that I didn't. I'm gonna get off topic here because I feel like I said enough about OKC. There's one person that I feel like has just. I don't think we have given it full credit to for the whole game. Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam, I think, is one of those players that he's perfected. Like he's so comfortable within his game that ain't much can throw him off. Like when I'm watching Pascal Siakam play, like I know what he's going to do, but it's like you can't really stop it.
Yeah, he give me
Like
them Chris Bosh vibes.
yeah, he's perfected his game. The low block player on the left block, turnaround, spin, jump shot, getting to the basket, a spin move, a euro to the basket, drawing contact. Pascal Siakam is he's one of those players that are just skilled at his spot. He knows what he wants to do. And when I'm watching Pascal Siakam play, it's a tough coverage for anybody because it's not like you could really throw him off his game because he's not doing too much. He's doing what he does, but he's perfected it. Like he's perfected his craft. And that's somebody that had 20 that kept them in the game for the most part too when they needed scoring, especially in that third quarter. He kept them above float, and I believe he finished with 21. But yeah, held down the fort for them until everybody got going. And I've seen time and time again too where that's happened in the playoffs to where Siakam has it going on offensively. Maybe a Tyrese Halliburton does not have the best game, or the others don't have the best game, but Siakam will do enough just so that, feel me, all right, people are going to start to come along. Now you see Neesmith hitting these threes. Now you see Nimhart putting up like what, 12 points. Now you see Tyrese Halliburton closing the game. Like, you having that player that's consistently there for you until players get it going. That's been Siakam this whole playoffs. Uh, and one thing I noticed too, I want to ask you this: do you think Pascal Siakam has a chance of a Hall of Fame career if he wins the ring this year?
Um,
Do you think
yeah,
he gets into that Hall of Fame talk,
yeah, why not?
or even without the ring? Without the ring, you think he still gets a chance?
Without the ring, I don't know, but with this ring, I would say it's more likely.
Because I'm looking at, I'm saying, I'm not gonna lie. When I'm reading his accomplishments, it sounds like sort of like a Hall of Fame career.
Not for sure. Like he won the Eastern Conference Final MVP. You get your second ring. I just think he needs another ring
Another
because
ring,
that first one, was he the third option, fourth
second,
option?
second, second,
He
second,
was the
second, second,
second throughout the whole playoffs.
second. No, I mean it
I
changed,
don't
but in
know.
the
He was
finals,
good in the finals. Don't get me wrong, but I think that was
I
such a
think no.
team
I think
unit.
for the most part,
How
maybe
Larry
he was.
played big, like a lot of players was very huge
No,
in
I just
that
think that
run.
was a when we look at that was a great team, bro. Like
That's
they
what I'm
filled
saying.
out
Like,
every part of their roster, bro. When I look at it, so I can't knock him on that. He did win most improved player of the year, but I can't
no,
knock him on
yeah,
that because it's like, damn, Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, like everybody did something to a certain extent. Mark
that's what I'm
Gasol,
saying.
Serge Ibaka, Norman Powell, like damn.
And this
But
nigga Kawhi gave all that up to play with Paul George and do absolutely nothing.
you think if that Toronto team stayed together, you think they would have won another one?
I don't know, but they would have had a great shot. I think that's the team you would have seen going to at least the Eastern Conference Finals, like every year.
No, I
As
definitely
long as
agree.
Kawhi's health stay, because that all predicates on Kawhi's health. But
But he was load managing OD, like didn't play. Now they let him load. That was the best situation for Kawhi Leonard because they dead ass let him do what the fuck he wanted to do. And I
no, he
think
was the king
as
of
a
Toronto.
yeah, like load manage on and off, and they didn't really need him that much at times too because they had a great record with him. They was like what 20 and like 5 when he didn't play. So shit, bro. Yeah, but back to Siakam though. Shout out to Pascal Siakam though. I definitely think that with this, or maybe like another All Star, All NBA appearance, he could be maybe he has a 50% chance.
No, if he can get the Finals MVP, which I think is a high percent chance, then you feel me? Like I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. You feel
Yeah,
me?
because I see this talk about who should be in the Hall of Fame and who shouldn't. Pat Bev went on record saying that I don't know why people talking about Blake Griffin being in the Hall of Fame.
All right, but all right, but that's fine and everything. I love Patrick Beverly. Do not get me wrong in any facet of the imagination. But in no world could Pat Beverly hold Blake Griffin's jock strap in. I said Blake Griffin's jock strap in Blake Griffin's prime, bro.
Yeah, I think it goes a long way too, especially with the amount of points you average, Rookie of the Year, All Star selections, All NBA, Olympic. Was he Olympic gold medalist? No, he wasn't. He was supposed to be on that 2012 team. That would have been nasty, yo. That would have been nasty.
No,
But
but
yeah,
yeah, Blake just started getting hurt. Blake was a perennial All Star, bro, every single year.
yeah. A lot of people I have questions about if they're All Star. I mean, if they're a Hall of Fame career type of guy. Like we have time show soon, and so we might as well end it with that. What about Paul George? Is Paul George a Hall of Famer?
Now you gotta look right. Number one, another time. I don't like answering questions like this because I do not know the criteria. So this is me just going off of I don't know what. But Shaq was saying there's the Hall of Fame, right? And then there's the bad motherfucker Hall of Fame. Paul George is not in the bad motherfucker Hall of Fame. You know, I'm talking about undeniable,
Yeah,
right?
like
Larry
undeniable.
Bird, LeBron, Jordan, Shaq, Hakeem, Dwayne Wade, undeniable. Paul George is not undeniable.
He's like, you had to. Well, remember your great runs. We'll just give
No,
you
in
this.
Indiana, he had some great runs. And if there's no LeBron, you're possibly looking at him being an NBA champion. But that's just not how it went. I don't know. Like,
But
and then Paul
career,
George got to just focus on next year. This could really define his career crazy enough. Because if you come back and do some nut shit like you did this season, oh no. Like he's just not going to be looked at very good. Mm.
no, I mean, Paul George for me is it's up and down. I think he's a Hall of Famer, but I don't think it's first ballot. Like first ballot is without a doubt. Like I feel like it will be years later down the line where people like decide to give him his credit. Like, is a nigga like Reggie Miller a Hall of Famer yet? He should be, right? This
I don't know, but he should be in the bad motherfucker Hall of Fame. This is a nigga that went toe to toe with Michael Jordan and really thought that nigga was a bitch. But like, and was ready to feel me. Like, so I'll say bad motherfucker Hall of Fame, like for sure.
that all right. The greatest former players who are not in the Hall of Fame yet. They got Blake, Melo, but Melo's gonna make it already. Everybody knew that. Yeah, but these accolades are Dwight. Yeah, they honed Dwight.
Dwight's about to be in it, right?
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Lamarcus Aldridge, Sean
I
Kemp.
don't think Lamarcus Aldridge is a very very good player. He's not a bad motherfucker, bro. He's very and Lamarcus Aldridge had that turnaround patent. I'm not taking nothing away from Lamarcus Aldridge, but Lamarcus Aldridge is not sitting at the same table with LeBron and Michael Jordan. We're not doing that.
Wait, hold on. Penny Hardaway is still not a Hall of Famer. I'm
Penny
looking at this
Hardaway is
list.
not at that table, bro. Shout out Penny
Sean
Hardaway.
Marion, yeah.
No, no,
Jermaine
no,
O'Neal, Zach Randolph.
no,
I'm
no.
just now I'm just reading through these list of players that notable players
And I'm gonna tell you
that
no,
that occur. Marcus Saul.
no,
No, I don't see Marcus. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, these are all nice players. Does Iguodala have a chance of being a Hall of Famer?
no. Now his
For NBA,
career is so interesting, but no,
uh, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, so 4 NBA titles, one NBA Finals MVP, one All Star. Yeah, I don't know. It
no.
sounds good on paper, but
It sounds good, but it sounds like Golden State.
it sounds like your career took off in Golden State, right?
Yeah, you don't go to Golden State. You're a Lamarcus Aldridge. I feel like you just got to a very good situation. I'm not taking nothing
Yeah,
away, but you
yeah.
got to a
I don't
very
know.
good.
Paul George. I'm looking at this list. Paul George dead might not be a Hall of Famer because if they got guys like Amari Stoudemire still here,
No,
who got they got Amari
I'm
Stoudemire,
thinking
Sean
Paul
Kemp.
George over Amari Stoudemire. What are we talking about right now? Amari Stoudemire was a good player, but like, come on now.
Stat? I don't know. He was that
But
dude
he
for a
was
point.
never the number one option though.
Yeah, he was.
Leading leading to where? I'm saying leading to success, bro. Paul George is going to the Eastern Conference from running into LeBron, bro. Stoudemire was doing what?
Stoudemire went to the Western Conference Finals. Ran into Kobe, nigga.
And who was on that? Was he on Steve Nash?
Steve, yeah, that was the
So
seven
Steve
second or less
Nash was the
offense.
best player on the team. What are you talking about?
Stoudemire was not that far off. 20 point per game scorer, multiple All Stars.
Are we talking about Steve Nash MVP years, bro?
Yeah, but a nigga averaged 16 and 10 when they robbed Shaq. They robbed
No
Shaq.
one was robbed of fucking anything, bro. Like Amari Stoudemire was the second option, not number one. That offense was ran through Steve Nash, bro. We're not doing that.
So that's like saying a guy like
Paul
Chris
George
Bosh
was the clear cut number one going toe to toe with the GOAT. We're not comparing that, bro. Stop.
for what, a year, 2 years?
2 years back to back getting there, bro. And I don't like this 2 year. You, well, we don't know. We're not players, but we see the journey you have to go to get that far, bro. Some niggas never do that, bro. So yeah, 2 years back to back number one guy leading your team going up toe to toe with Braun. You
So
will get
that
my
2 years
respect, bro.
defined the whole career. Or that's just a highlight point of the
Well,
career.
no, that's not defining his whole career, but those are his two probably biggest moments.
Respect. All right, chat. I'm gonna ask y'all, and this is just me the fans to decide: is Paul George a Hall of Fame player? Comment below when we post these on IG, TikTok, everywhere. Just comment below how y'all feel. Is Paul George a Hall of Fame player when it's all said and done?
Yeah, definitely. Let us know in the comment section. But to wrap up, just the Oklahoma City thing, right? Versus Indiana. Who do you have game two and why?
Game two. Oklahoma City, I don't think they have the same mishaps that they happened in game one. They was up for majority of the game. Then the Halibans came and striked. And then Pascal Siakam said, "Look at me, I'm the captain now." I don't think that happens. I think that you get a better game from Chet Holmgren because he knows, and shit, if he knows, the world knows that 6 points ain't gonna get it done. We definitely see them and come out more aggressive, get off to one of them hot Oklahoma City starts, and just really put the game away. They understand this a sense of urgency now that when you're playing an Indiana team like this, there's no rest until the game is over. You got to play the whole 48 minutes. You got to get them the fuck out of there. You know, if they go down 2-0, the series is a wrap. The series is a wrap. So I think that just saving them the embarrassment, I think that they all know that we just got to handle business at home.
This is tough to call because I think Oklahoma City will play better, right? But I think the Pacers are going to play better. The
Mm.
Pacers wasn't really having
That
their
wasn't even
best
their best
game,
game. Yo,
and then you stole one, right? Sort of like that game one last year when they stole one against New York. That wasn't their. They literally stole one, right? So he did the same thing. I think they will play better in game two, and if it's close. I trust the Pacers more in the clutch than Oklahoma City. I'm going with another upset. I think the Pacers go up 2-0 back to Oklahoma City, back to Indiana. I see a
that's
close
it.
game, but I think the Pacers find a way to win another one, bro. And you going back to Indiana just playing with house money.
I can't even be mad at that because I said in my earlier prediction that they would win game two. I didn't know they was gonna win game one. So now if they do win game two, I wouldn't even be surprised. Because that the game one for them is always a fill out game where nobody really plays the best. But in the
Yeah,
game two, that's when
but
you really see.
I want to see how those Thunder players, those young guns, respond to what just happened in game one. I'm looking at Jalen Williams and I'm looking at Chet. I want to see from the tip off how are they going to insert themselves into the series. I'm really gonna be looking at that. But we have a little bit of time left. I don't know if you talked about it, but I do want to hear your opinion on it since you are a bandwagon fan. Tom Thibodeau was
A
fired
fan.
and let well, you're a bandwagon fan, but
You're a
Tom Thibodeau
bandwagon.
for Indiana, I know I am. And if Oklahoma City wins, I'm going to Oklahoma City.
I ever tell you this, bro? I love you, bro.
But I don't know what you want me to say.
I love.
I'm gonna be a winner the rest of my life, bro. I'm a win. Like we gotta win, bro. Like what are you talking about right now? Hey. But Tom Thibodeau was fired and let go of his coaching duties. Just how did you feel about that? And do you think it was the right move? And who do you think is the right coach now to coach that team?
Uh, to me, I wouldn't say it's the right move to fire him. I would have done something like a Brad Stevens to where you was the coach and they feel like they wasn't getting enough, but you do keep him in that organization. I do feel like Tom Thibodeau, the work that he's done for this New York Knicks team is something that you just can't forget about. He definitely brought us back from the dead. Like when you look at it, you went through the Fizdale era, you went to the Jeff Hornacek era. They even had Derek Fisher as a coach. Like you look at all these people, Mike Brown, the Mike Woodson era, even though he only had like one successful season, you look at all that, it doesn't compare to what Tom Thibodeau has done in his tenure with the Knicks. We had back-to-back 50-win seasons. First year in his coaching year, they won. There was the fourth seed, I believe. There was the fourth seed. Didn't make the playoffs the following year. Made it to what, the fourth seed again, third seed, second seed. Like you had gradually successful seasons with this team, and credits to him. A lot of times people don't agree with his philosophy of running players to the ground and just the usage rate that he has for his superstars, which nobody agreed upon. But at the same time, as you cannot deny the work that he did for this New York Knicks team. So it was somebody I would wish that they would kept in the office or like front office, or just somebody that could find personnels that fit the team and even on the bench. But at the same time, is they do need it in another direction, another voice for these players too. Because at the same time, is sometimes you might get tired of hearing the same type of voice over your head again, telling you to play these amount of minutes. Like when I look at it, even in the beginning, and like midway through the season, Mikal Bridges, an Iron Man, we know that hasn't missed a game since fucking college, not since high school, maybe. Damn near maybe since fucking little leagues. He never missed a basketball game. He came out and said, like, yo, like, I think we have players on our bench that we could use. We don't got to play a full 48 minutes. Like, it's like a little OD. Like, and you have somebody that says that, it's like a little alarming because now it's just like, damn, bro, like, can I get a rest? Like you really can't get a rest with Tibbs. And like you've seen it time and time again where players are talking about it. I looked at Joe Noah talking about Kyle Korver used to sit in his car before practice, just saying, yo, bro, why the fuck are we doing this? We just won a game. But the stats didn't lie. They were one of the best teams. What he said, Joe Noah said, rotations were the best team rotating, like shit like that. So I understand his philosophy, but sometimes it's just like it gets too much. And I think a guy that could fit that same mold reality and maybe bring something different is Jeff Van Gundy. You got him sitting on the Clippers bench as an assistant coach. He's watched the game for damn near his whole life. It's not like he took a step back from the game. He knows how this new NBA is played because he's commentating it on the highest stages in the finals. He's commentating it on these ESPN networks when they're playing these important games, these key marquee games. Jeff Van Gundy knows basketball like to T. And if you could reunite that relationship that they had before everything fell off and then he went off to Miami and all that type of shit, you could have something good going on over there though. I feel like that's a well-respected coach. I feel like that's somebody that knows his shit basketball wise. Defensively, he's one of the best. You see what he did with this Clippers team defensively this year. Definitely been that vocal impact defensively. I heard players say like Jeff Van Gundy got these guys playing better defense. He knows the game basketball to a T. But that would be my first option. I really want to see them go for Jeff Van Gundy. My second option would be everybody's option, Mike Malone. This is off the strength of what he's done for just a guy like Jokic, just that recency of just winning a championship, has one of the best offensive strategic wise, I think, in my opinion. When I look at it, when Denver was playing championship basketball, everybody was just getting a flow of offense. They didn't really have like set plays. They had a flow of offense that they were running. Michael Porter even said it. He said we didn't really have no straight or we didn't have like no set plays. We had a flow of offense to where everybody know where everyone wants to be. And when you have that type of offense going to where everybody knows personnel and everybody knows where they want to be on the court, and it's not just you have Jalen Brunson having the highest usage rates in a long time, everybody gets a little piece of the pie. Now it looks better. Now if that's real chemistry. We don't know what this Knicks team is fully capable of offensively because I think that it was a thing to where it's either Jalen Brunson get it going or it's Carlton Towns get it going. But if you could put that together in an offensive strategy to where now everybody is looking like a star in their role, it's just a scary team to see. So Mike Malone, he would definitely use his bench. He's the guy that when he was running with the Denver Nuggets, we seen guys like Bruce Brown come in the game and give a solid performance. You've seen guys like who else? Ish Smith even get some burn. Like he will not just let his starters right out there. He will use his players to. And I think that's one thing that players wanted from Tibbs. Like they wanted him to use his bench, and he didn't. Maybe he wasn't comfortable with just the personnel he had on his bench. But at the same time, is you have a bench, nigga. You got to use them, bro. So I think that was just what it was called for. I think now it's more so just finding a new voice in the locker room to try to get these guys to really own in on their full capabilities. Because right now you see a championship window. Like you just got back to the Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. The East might not be as top heavy as it used to be, with just Boston going down and them having to reconstruct their team due to the money issues. Cleveland, they're there in the mix. Philly, we don't know the health of Joel Embiid. Indiana, their team that's going to be there now. We know that. What am I thinking? Milwaukee's situation is shaky. So the East is up for grabs. Like, and it's been that way for quite some time. So I think now they understand that we're a championship contender team. Now we have to put it all on paper, put it all together, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm shout out to Leon Rose, though. I feel like he's not afraid of making moves to try to get this team better gradually throughout the year. So I think that was just one of those moves that was warranted to just try to get like a new voice in the locker room.
Yeah, I just think that the way Tom Thibodeau coaches a little too old school, and I just don't think it was gonna work with this New York Knicks team. Just the rotations and the minutes played. That's what this really all just came down to. We literally seen in the Eastern Conference Finals to where he was just out coached. He got exposed. And that's why he was just let go. Everyone, the whole management team was watching. And forget the players on the court. You literally watched Rick Carlisle out coach Tom Thibodeau. Point blank period. Certain adjustments that are easy adjustments that Thibodeau just took too long to do. I don't you have a bench for a reason. It's your job as the coach to develop it and get those rotations set and who you can trust. And once again, I literally seen in crucial moments him playing campaign. I just don't. If I'm your boss, I might have to let you go because I don't know your thought process behind that. Campaign is a throwback player for nostalgia. I don't want to see him playing meaningful minutes of basketball, bro. When then you had someone like you brought him up a couple times, Landry Shamet. Ironically enough, right? Who was the last player y'all seen for y'all season knocking down three consecutive threes in a row?
Shame.
Landry Shamet. Like a 3 and D dude that you literally could have used, bro, in that Indiana series. We talked about Precious Achua, someone who's a very versatile player who would have been, I feel, perfect for this series. And just due to your stubbornness and your all this trusting to Jalen Brunson, you got beat by the Indiana Pacers, bro. And that was a series that the Knicks could have won if they had, I think, a different game plan. Um. So yeah, Tom Thibodeau. It was time for him to be let go. I think you maxed out the success you can have with him as the coach. I definitely agree that they just needed a different point, a different voice. In terms of for a new coach, I'm gonna go more towards the melanin side of things. If you know me, you should know who I'm about to say for the first candidate that should be interviewed. Seb, who am I about to say?
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. Mama call him Clay. I'ma call him Clay. Come on, man. Like this is a dude from Queens, New York. Grew up in this city, bro. I think this is someone that the Jalen Brunsons of the world, Carl Anthony Towns, Mikael Bridges, OG Anna. My shit froze. Am I still good?
Nah, you choppy still. Are you good now?
I'm good now. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was saying I think those is that's a voice that those players would be very eager to listen to and learn from. The last time we seen him, he literally set the foundation for one of the craziest damn near dynasties that we've seen with the Golden State Warriors, bro. And set that foundation. I just think Mark Jackson has been exiled from the NBA. He's been blackballed, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just disgusted with it, bro. This is the man that knows the game of basketball, that can coach the game of basketball. And I just think, just for player morale, I think would definitely boost that up. So that would be my first choice. And then secondly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I might look at Mike Brown. I think that his last stint in Sacramento, I think was good. He turned that team that was a bunch of nonsense to a team that could actually make the playoffs. I feel like he's definitely one of those players, coaches, to where in those practices he's probably guarding the starting point guard, still thinking that he could play. I seen the old footage of him running the drills with the players, right? So I
Right.
just feel like I don't want to make this so racial, but there's a lot of black players on that roster within the New York Knicks. I do think they would respond a little more to maybe a black coach who also played that,
Like an
and I'm
email
not.
Doka type of situation.
Yeah, like, and now don't take this. This doesn't mean to hire Rick Brunson, because no, do not do that. If the New York Knicks hire Rick Brunson as the head coach, I'm officially not watching any New York basketball, and I'm going to be the number one hater. I do not want to see that.
You
So,
and me both, bro.
I'm just thinking, yeah, like I said, Mark Jackson, Mike Brown. I think those are just two voices that I think those players would really recept to. So that's what I'm definitely looking at. Um, to your point though, the East is gonna be a little different next year, just with especially this Boston Celtics Jason Tatum injury. I think you're gonna see teams like I think the three best teams are gonna be Cleveland, Indiana, and the Knicks most likely. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with Boston. You don't know what's gonna happen with Philly. You don't know what's gonna happen with Miami. You don't know what's gonna happen with Atlanta, right? All those teams that are usually 4 through 8 every single year. Um, we're just gonna have to see what the Knicks is gonna do. Um, we all heard the Giannis rumors the other day that they was about to try to give a Godfather offer for Giannis. I don't think that's a good idea. For you to acquire a Giannis Antetokounmpo, you're gonna have to gut that roster, and I just don't know if that's gonna work out. Um,
They
you
going
could you
for it,
could
man.
you could try, and just roll the dice, right? But I just don't know if that's gonna work. I think you have a lot of good pieces, more first round picks. You need more from Mikael Bridges. OG and Anobi sometimes look real sloppy out there. Could even hold on to the ball.
He'll definitely lose balance a lot.
Mitchell Robinson, you got to go on a diet plan. Sorry, brother. Jalen Brunson, skills challenges when you got to pass the ball. Yeah, you may gotta do some of those and learn how to become a better playmaker. A coach can only do so much if the players aren't developing. Right, so when you're not in the gym and on your own off time, you got to make sure you're doing these things that's sharpening, your sword, and you're getting better. Is Carl Anthony Towns gonna come in better shape next season?
I think they understand. I think everybody on the team understands the championship window that they have to at least try to make some noise and get back to where they was. So I'm looking at it like me personally. I don't think everybody's gonna be back. I don't think they run back to the same team if you're trying to make these trades. But I do think that a lot of the main key pieces got to understand where they went wrong. Like a guy like Carney Towns got to understand, like, yo, I got to stop getting stupid foul calls. Like, but I think that's something that's just him. Jalen Brunson understands it, just getting better, just playmaking wise, because there's a lot of times where he could have made a simple play rather than just taking it himself, and that would have just made the game easier for him. With Jalen Brunson, he understands that the type of caliber player he is now. What you gotta understand is where I could be better at and simplify the game. That's all Jalen Brunson's missing now. He just got to simplify his game, and that comes from playmaking, though, to where I know I'm getting double teamed. So where is the best possible option for me to kick the basketball out to, so that way it doesn't lead into a turnover? That's literally the only thing I could say that if he gets that and makes the game easier for him, then we're looking at it like, all right, now we can assess where we could go further here. But other than that, now that's the main point. Like you said, the skills challenge that shit had me weak. But yeah, I think that that
Listen,
that
man.
that
And
goes a long way.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Gilbert Arenas. You know, I learned so much insight and everything just from their podcast and their show. And Gilbert said it perfectly. Like, how about we take Brunson off the ball, have Josh Hart play that Draymond Green role as that sort of like point guard player, and now you have Jalen Brunson not having to bring up the ball, wasting about 10 seconds trying to fight through screens and all that, right? And just have him coming off a down screen to get an easy shot. Put him in that Stephen Curry role instead of having him exert all that energy for the first 10 seconds of the clock, going up court and trying to set up the offense.
See, I agree with you to that, but it's like they tried that in game what was it, game 4? This nigga Josh Hart had like 7 turnovers, bro. Like that's the thing is like I understand that part, but I think it's got to deal with like personnel too. Like you got to think about who you're using. And Josh Hart, hell of a player. Don't get me wrong. Like I respect Josh Hart for what he does, just being that hustle player, just like that sort of Draymond role. But when I'm watching Josh Hart play, a lot of times he's doing this costly shit. Like he's not being like aggressive enough. To me, I think you get a point guard like off the bench, like an actual point guard. CP3. I think he would definitely help this.
CP3 will not help the New York Knicks go any further than they did this season, and you know that.
But you talking about a point guard off the bench though?
I'm gonna say this one more time, and you know this. CP3 will not help the Knicks go any farther than they did this season. You know that. Why?
What?
Why did you just say that? And you know in the back of your mind that will not help y'all go any farther, bro.
What do you
Stop.
wait? What do you wait? Tell me, what do you mean, bro? Off the bench?
So okay, so you're saying if Chris Paul was on the bench this season, y'all would have beat the Pacers?
We got a better chance though. An actual point,
Damn, yo, you start just saying
an
shit, bro. You
actual
know you
point.
wouldn't
Hold
have
on, hold
like
on, hold on.
no
An
disrespect to
actual.
Chris Paul, point
No,
guard, Hall
this
of
is
Fame.
good.
No disrespect, but he's not at that point in his career anymore, bro. He's here for like developing. Like I liked him on the Spurs, developing those young dudes and being there for certain moments. He's gonna be expected to do a lot more on a championship contending team like that, bro. That's not where he's at.
And bro, yes, he is. He's just in a situation to where he's there now.
So what
If
happened
you
in Golden State?
nigga, everybody fell apart. Nothing was the
I
same.
know, no,
Nothing was
yo,
the
no,
same. Nothing was the
he
same.
fell
No,
apart.
nothing was the same. Nah, nothing was the same. Clay Thompson
Yo,
wasn't the
my
same.
God, bro. And Chris
Jordan
Paul get
Poole,
hurt a lot, bro. Chris Paul,
Dream.
hear me out. And you know this. Listen, hold on. I'm about to get you right now. Chris Paul would have been playing under Tom Thibodeau. Chris Paul's career would have been over.
My son played 82 games this year. Wait,
Chris
how much?
Paul's knees would have Chris Paul's knees would have been gelatin, bro. Chris Paul would have been done for at the time.
Listen. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out names
Oh
out there.
my
But
lord, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out names out there for next year though. Having like another playmaker, Lonzo Ball. Where you at, buddy?
There you I'm not mad at Alonzo Ball. You feel me? Can still defend, push the pace, unselfish, pass first, younger. Like Chris Paul's 30. What's the nigga like 37?
Chris Paul 37,
Bro.
but his knees is better than not Alonzo's. I'll tell you that.
Right now, it's knee
Oh,
for
I mean,
knee.
not Lonzo got the
It's
new
knee
knees
for
though,
knee,
so I don't
brother.
know.
It's knee for knee
Lonzo
at
got
this
the new
point. Like
knees though,
I'm
but
saying,
Lonzo
I
need.
don't know, brother. Man, man.
Listen, I'm just throwing out names out there that they could go out and get
Oh wait, well,
just
you
to
know
have
what?
a
You could probably have the perfect marriage for your delusional little world. You can have the Knicks and Russell Westbrook. Put them together. That'll probably work.
what? What are you talking about right now?
Russ,
You-
he ain't going back to Denver.
No, he's going back to OKC. Well, what my son Shay said, I'm trying to get you here.
My third eye is telling me that I just don't think that's gonna be a good idea, Seb. All right,
All right, okay, okay.
I don't think Russ is the option, brother.
All right, bro, but I don't know why you threw out Russ. I mean, I have respect to Russ, but I don't think that Leon
Oh no, I
Rose
just
is
thought
looking at.
that's your man. You don't want to acting
That
like
is
he be.
that's
Hey,
my yeah, 100%. But I don't think Leon Rose is looking at Russell Westbrook to help right now.
nigga, fuck Leon Rose. How about that?
I don't think he's looking exactly for like, let me go out and get Westbrook, and that might change the dynamics of this.
Oh
I don't think
yeah,
he's.
and he's thinking about Chris Paul. That's about to make y'all championship favorites next year. Get the
Listen,
fuck
bro.
out of here,
The,
bro.
the statistics never lie, my son. Every time Chris Paul goes to a team, they get better.
No, that statistic died like two
Nah,
seasons
I did
ago. What are
it.
you talking
No, they
about?
did
No,
it.
they
No,
didn't. It didn't happen in Golden State, and it didn't happen in San Antonio.
Yo, no, that's not fair.
That
That's not
dynamic is
fair though.
dead.
That's not all right.
Stop,
One, all
bro.
right. That
Stop
was
it.
one
Stop
season.
it.
No, that
That's
was one season. I'm
over.
not counting this season, bro.
That was his
I'm
prime and
not counting.
before.
No, I'm
Seb,
not counting
stop.
this. No, I'm not counting this season. No, stop that, bro. I'm
In
not counting
last
this.
season,
I'm not counting last season.
Seb, the
No,
last
no,
two.
not the Golden State. I'm not counting San Antonio, bro.
Seb, you can't just
No, no, no,
bypass
no.
the last two seasons of a nigga
Wembyama,
career.
Wemby, bro. He wasn't there, bro. He wasn't there.
Wimby, no dare.
Nigga,
Like,
what do you mean?
bro, the last two
Yo, I
seasons,
can't do this with you, bro. You
bro, the
got it.
last
You
two,
no, no, no,
the
you're
last
not.
two
No, no, you're
seasons, the nigga hasn't made
right.
the team better. He just has not made the team better.
Yo,
Last two
bro.
seasons.
Oh shit, yo, I can't with this nigga. Nah, you would. You're right. You're right.
That's
Oh.
fact, though. This nigga brought up like a point niggas used 3 years ago.
Yo, bro.
Nah,
Yo,
that's
bro.
insane, bro.
Bro. This doesn't count, bro. You don't have a 7'5" demigod, but you got it.
Nigga say he didn't have the 7'5".
Oh shit, bro.
No,
Fucking tears in my eye.
that that's definitely just interesting. Just make sure to be tuned into the NBA draft. That shit should be coming up towards the end of this month. I definitely think there are going to be some trades made. Right, we seen Kevin Durant's name brought up every day. He's going to San Antonio, he's going to Toronto, he's going to Dallas, he's going to the Knicks, he's going everywhere. The nigga's about to go on a generational tour, bro. So shout out to Kevin Durant. To like flag, he's about to have his pre-draft
Lagging,
looking
brother.
like he was
Lagging,
born
brother.
in. All right, just end the show, bro. I can't do this shit. Just do it
All right.
live.
That's good to end it off as debatable. And thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Safety.